Hello there and welcome to my very boring wall. We are still in my studio. This is just the other side that you don't normally see. If you watched my kind of moving studio video a few weeks ago, you know what this corner of the studio looks like. But yeah, I mean, it's boring because half of it has frames, half of it doesn't. It's got a light switch, nothing much, to be honest. As a lot of you may or may not know, I like to do unconventional things with my walls. I've painted Bob Ross mural on my walls before. I've done Disney murals. Today though, I thought it would be very fun to try something a bit different to my normal stuff. To make this wall pop so that when I ever use this corner of my studio, there's actually something interesting to look at that's not a light switch. I thought it'd be really fun to cover this entire wall with paint swatches. So you know, the little free paint swatches that you get at Lowe's, Home Depot, the home improvement stores. That was the initial plan, so just cover this whole wall, make it like a beautiful gradient rainbow. However, to cover this entire wall in paint swatches, I would need over 1,000 because I calculated how big these tiny little paint swatches were and how big the wall was. I need over 1,000. So I found an even better solution. I've not got them, I've not been prepared today. Pantone cards. I found these on Amazon and they're basically paint swatches, but you don't get them from the home improvement store and they're slightly bigger. So they look like this. These will be, I hope, perfect for this project because I can cover the entire wall in these cards. Pantone is basically a standardized color matching system and is used by a lot of graphic designers and artists to essentially control the colors of the things they are printing. So when you're printing with color, using Pantone is just like a worldwide system. And of course, with a project this big, I had to measure everything to make sure that I had enough. So first things first, I had to measure out how many I would need. The width of the wall is 12 feet or 144 inches. The height from the ceiling to the baseboard is 8 foot 9 inches or 105 inches total. These postcards are unfortunately not exact in size, but I'm just gonna round everything up. So these are just shy of 4 inches in width and just shy of 6 inches in height, which means I can fit 36 postcards along the width and 17.5 on the height. So I'll just round that up to 18 because I can just always cut the bottom row if I need to. So 36 times 18 is 648. So I needed 7 boxes. Each one came with 100 in them. So I ordered obviously 700 so I'd have extras if I needed it. But yeah, this is a big project. Not as cheap as if I'd have just taken 1,000 free paint swatches, but at the same time, I feel like these are gonna look a little bit cooler. So because I'm combining 7 different packs of these cards and they're all kind of already in sort of rainbow order, it's gonna take me a while to actually set all of them up because I'm obviously just gonna be mixing a lot of boxes and I don't wanna just go from yellow to green and then yellow again. I want it to be a real nice gradient. So I'm gonna actually lay all of these out on the floor. We're gonna start off just in order basically. I might just do double the cards at a time. That might make sense. Oh, these aren't even in order. I'm gonna have to seek out each one like a puzzle.
Okay, so this was the most tedious and painful part. And painful, I mean, as in, physically.
Okay, so this is 36. You can't see all of them, but this is all 36 in a row. Now I'm gonna head down to the second row and continue on with these.
I basically put these out in the order the box put them in because I just figured that this was the correct order they should be in. So I put 7 of the same card from each box, which did take a long time, but because they're all in the same order, it wasn't too bad.
Although that's gonna mess the whole thing up now. Bugger. Bugger, 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 bugger.
I ended up running out of room because apparently I didn't have enough floor space for almost 700 cards. Go figure. So I just ended up making a giant pile of cards instead so I could grab them and go. And this was a much quicker way to do it, obviously, and probably smarter, but it just didn't look as cool. So the way I'm going to apply these is with these glue dots, which I hope will work. Like that, I can stick it to the wall. That's the plan. We'll see how long this takes. So yeah, we're going to start in this corner and go along. And yeah, I'm excited. Let's get started. We're gonna start. Oh yeah, that looks so good. I love it. I'm obsessed. I hope these don't fall down though. I'll be really upset.
Okay, so this is where I've run into a problem. This is where those cards not being the exact size has caught up to me. I have this spot here, which is like half the size of a Pantone card. So I've put half a card up there. I don't think it's gonna be noticeable. It's not gonna be as noticeable as if I had like a big white strip down the corner. The only trouble is now, cards are gonna be somewhat out of order, but that's okay, I can work through it. So this is how it all looks so far. I'm gonna get started with the second row now.
So as you can see, this was going pretty good. Looks nice. Glue dots were working a charm.
Oh, really?
This was unfortunately just the beginning. So even though I was doing it in the correct order based on how each box was organised, I am going to be honest with you, it bugged me. Like, why does it go from yellow to orange to beige to orange again to brown then pink then orange? It just looks weird. And less rainbow-like the more I did it, you know? What is this order? Clearly it's for a reason, but to my eye on the wall laid out like this, it just looked like I hadn't put any thought into it at all. I wanted rainbow, darn it. Like, this just looks weird to me. It bugged me, but you know, at this point, I'd already invested like 4 hours into this project and there was no way I was gonna start over, unless, of course, the universe decided I had to. Which it did, you know, this is what I came back to the next day. So I was incredibly deflated. I couldn't bring myself to even do anything because I was just so done at this point. But instead of giving up, I decided it was a good excuse to just completely rearrange these cards into the order that I personally thought looked good. So I sat on my bed and using 1 packet of cards, I put them into the order that I wanted. I then text my mum like, can you come over? I'm really down today. These stupid cards all fell off the wall. And Super Mum to the rescue, she came into the room and she helped me completely rearrange all of the cards and found each one, and my little brother was there as well, and both just helped me rearrange them exactly how I wanted. There's my mum. She's significantly more tan than I am, so if you see a non-ghostly pale hand pop up every once in a while, that is her. My mum also had the fantastic idea of using pins to keep the cards up instead of the glue dots, and this worked a charm. Oh, that's a flattering look. As you can see, this is very tiring work. It was so much quicker though because my mum and my brother were laying all of the cards out and handing me the cards in order, so I literally only had to just pin them to the wall at this point.
Hi, so we're on day, like, I've lost count. So, my mum and my brother came over yesterday because they knew I was kind of down in the dumps about the stupid wall. We're like half done with the wall. I've yet to know what I'm gonna do with these things because they're gonna be a pain in the butt. So yeah, I still have a huge amount to go. Luckily, my mum has them all in order for me, so I just need to grab them. My dog's getting into something. I have very sore thumbs. Some parts of this wall are fine and it goes in easy. Other parts, not so much. Pro tip, when using a hammer, try not to hit your finger. Oh, did I break that? Hello, Arthur. Such a good boy, I think you are. Thanks for that. Oh, this is gonna start getting annoying now because it's gonna be low down. So I'm gonna have to like crawl on the floor. So ignore this thing on my head. I don't know what it's doing either. We're really close to being done. This has taken way too long. It shouldn't have taken as long as it has, but I've been like procrastinating with it because my fingers hurt. But we only have like, I don't know, 4 more rows to go. Do you have to fight? What are you doing? I am using more cards than I initially was planning to, purely because I'm slightly overlapping some of the cards just to kind of get rid of the wall a little bit. But overall, I'm really happy with how it's looking. I think it's turning out really cool, and I'm definitely going to use this as a background more often. No, you're not bringing your balls in here, Arthur. Please don't. I don't want you bringing your balls in here, okay? Take them out. Thank you.
Nothing like the fresh smell of thumbtacks. This was pretty tedious, but once I got in a good groove, it was pretty fast. I used my paper cutter to cut some of them a bit smaller so they would fit behind the outlets. They weren't perfect, but you know, I think, you know, it's not that noticeable unless you're really close.
Okay, so I have a problem. I have the exact right amount of cards for the next row, but not the bottom row, because I've been slightly overlapping some of them. I've actually managed to gain another row. We're on the last row! Yay! Oh. We're on the last row! Yay!
So even though I accounted for all of the cards and ended up with half a wall to spare, it wasn't too bad because I actually never had a row left for all of the more dark shades. So I just added those in and overlapped the previous rows so that they would fit. That way, I didn't have to cut 37 cards, and I basically used every single one.
The very last card. I'm probably in the way. Wait. It's done! Ah! That was a pain in the butt. Would I do this again? Probably, because it looks really cool. I'm going to show you. Yeah, this was a lot of work. I feel this was worth multiple days of my life to do. Are you okay? I personally feel like this was worth wasting several days of my life to do. The first couple, when they started falling down, that felt like a significant waste of time, but I think this looks really cool. So yeah, this is how it's gonna look as my background when I'm filming here. I just think it's actually, you know what, if I switch my lens, see how it's got the little slight blur in the background? I feel like this is just gonna be so fun to film in front of. You know what? If you're looking to spice up your wall when you don't want to spend a while painting it, spend even longer sticking these things on, because it's tiring, but it looks so good. I do recommend doing what I did though, and don't go by the order of the cards in the box. I would actually arrange them to your preference, because as I was putting them up, I feel like there was a reason why they fell down in the first place, because I was never 100% happy with the way that they were ordered in the box in the first place. I just feel like this kind of looks more rainbow than how it was gonna look before. So yeah, I don't know, let me know what you think. Do you like it? Do you think it was worth my time? I'm actually half tempted to like do a series where I paint each and every one of these cards, like one card a video, but I don't know, we'll see. Like the video if you want to see that. New YouTube background, what do you think? Probably not, I haven't got a desk here, but maybe some videos I can use this as the background, because look how cool it looks when it gets really blurry in the background. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I really, really hope that you enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.